A lot of the money that is made through actions and not the planning. A lot of everything that you guys want, the results come from the actual action of doing things and not just planning every single thing down to a T. Now, planning has its importance, but that's not going to get you to where you want to get to. And the point of this video is I want to get you guys to just do it, no matter what it is. A lot of you guys have a lot of goals that you have written out, but you guys are crippled because you are so scared. You don't want to do it. It's like in your mind you want to do it, but again, on paper you don't want to do it. I've said before, I have a friend who's been telling me for 2.5 years they want to create a reaction channel on YouTube and they haven't done it yet because they're scared. I got another friend who said they've been wanting to move to Atlanta for the last 4 years, but they haven't done it yet. They got the money for it, but they haven't done it yet because they're scared, because their family is where they are currently and they don't know about friends, but they desperately want to move to Atlanta. Just do it. That's the only way growth is going to come, is when you actually do things and put yourself out there. Growth is not going to come. And here's the thing. A lot of people want to protect themselves. Growth is not going to come from protecting yourself from anything that could possibly go wrong. Growth is going to come from actually taking that step forward and actually doing it and it going extremely well, or taking that step forward and doing it and it not going well and then you pivoting, right? Learning how to adjust on the fly is a big skill. You have to do it even when you're scared. That's the one thing that holds people back from posting on Instagram and social media, is they're scared from actually completing the goals they want to do. They're scared from actually getting, to the gym. They're scared from actually committing to somebody. They're scared committing to a love partner, a girl or a guy. They're scared. They're scared of failure. They're scared of rejection. They're scared of being judged. And it's like, you have to literally get rid of all of that and bypass that for the hope that the reward is greater than what you're scared for. That's why you plan to do anything. You plan that the reward outweighs anything that could, go wrong in any scenario. And when I mean do it even when you're scared, I mean things that actually have value to your lives, like that girl or guy, like that, career you've been, focusing and studying on, like trading, like, your health, like spending more time with your family. If you said you're going to go on a walk every single day, like a mile every single day, do it. If you say you want to be a public speaker and you're working on that, or you want to start a podcast, do it. Again, you say you want to post every single day on social media, do it. And a lot of people don't do it because they're scared of the reactions out there. And that's what I mean by doing it. I mean the things that actually have value. I don't mean other things that have no value to your life other than a thrill or entertainment. Prime example, like for me, I have everything I want, right? I'm rich, I have my family, I live in Dubai, I have everything I want, right? I don't need to go swimming with sharks, like diving, like shark diving, whatever it's called. I don't need to do that. It's not about being scared. What value does that bring to my life? Diving with sharks, swimming with dolphins, what does that have to do with my life? Nothing. Same with skydiving. And what does that do for my life from a value point of view? That is what you guys can decide in moderation and what you guys care about, but I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about doing it scared on things that actually have meaning and value to your actual life, that are actually move the needle in all of those areas. Every single day you guys wake up, and it's okay to be scared. I want you guys to know that it's okay to be scared. It's not okay to be crippled by that fear and not doing it at all. So if you wake up every day and you're fearful to do some things, where you like start your podcast or like launch a new episode because it's not getting the amount of views, still do it, because you'll learn to adjust along the way and you'll figure things out. And by year 3, who knows, you'll probably pop off. I think Jesse Itzler was like, 5,000 podcasts in the world, or 5,000 podcasts that gets launched every year. It's some kind of crazy stat. And at the end of, I think it was like only 5% of podcasts make it past episode 10 or something like that. I forgot the exact stat, but it's something crazy like that, where it's like people just aren't consistent enough. And it's like, if you guys stayed consistent with something, whatever it is that you're doing, you'll see more results than it is from starting something, stopping it, starting something, stopping, and then being fearful from starting something again because the first 2 didn't work. I am so tired of people who are being hurt by one single ex, and they use that as, oh, I'm never gonna trust girls again, or I'm never gonna trust guys again. I have a lot of friends like that, girls and guys, like specifically who have been hurt by somebody who used that as, well, I'm never going to put my trust in another person again out of fear from being hurt. Get over it. Like, I mean that sincerely. This is coming from somebody who got cheated on from a girl who he dated for 4.5 to 5 years when he was 18 years old. Get over it, because there is something better out there. No matter what you think it is not, there's something better out there. And people use that fear no matter what. People start one project, you know what I mean? Like they want to learn stocks. They didn't learn it correctly and they never try to do it again. And if you kind of go through life where you're just letting things go, you try things one time, it's a failure, and then all of a sudden you don't want to try anything again, you're not going to go very far. And that's in all areas. This is not a motivational channel. This is an accountability channel. It's a big difference. If you find motivation in that, then that's great, but it's more like holding a mirror to your face and looking at what do you see in front of you, that reflection. And it's like, are you actually doing what you say you want to do? Because it is not hard to get to where you want to get to. It's really not hard. You just have to literally do it and literally take action. You watch this video right now, like literally right now, think about what it is that you want to accomplish and then do it. Do the steps that lead to that direction. You want to, get something that's here, but you got to do here, 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 and here first. Start here and then start doing that to get to here. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And you need to realize that I mentioned that story about Kobe Bryant and his work ethic because a couple of videos ago about how he knew the other people's work ethic and he knew they only worked out 2 times a day. So he knew if he worked out 4 times a day over the span of a couple of months, let alone years, they're never going to be able to catch up because he's already doubled, the efforts and he's already way ahead of them. And once you guys realize that the average person isn't going the extra mile and the average person isn't doing it, and the average person is who I'm talking about right now, who's actually scared to do anything and scared to move on and scared to heal and scared to accept a business failure and start another one, accept it all, and they're just like, all right, I'm never gonna do anything again. The faster you realize your competition is not really competition. It's very, very easy to become successful and dominate a sector and dominate an industry because your competition is very, very weak. They don't have the resilience you have. And you may not even have the resilience you have right now, but you gotta build it by actually getting up and doing it and falling on your face a couple times so you build that resilience. How was my resilience built up? Oh, I was homeless a couple times, so I knew what it was like to have nothing. I got cheated on, so I knew what it was like to be in love and then get it ripped away from you. I went to college and I dropped out, and the year I dropped out, my my basketball team won a championship and I saw everybody get their degrees. That made me feel like, damn, maybe I should have just stayed and got my degree and got a championship ring. Like, a lot of things that build resilience get on TV. My dad's favorite TV show, the TV show I love that I wanted to make $500,000 on, I was the second person evicted. Builds resilience, builds for the story, so that when the time comes and you actually are successful, you're only successful because you've had so many failures, because you built that resilience. At that point, I could have been like, woe is me and been a victim because of all the situations, but I was not. I kept building it up. And I need you guys to kind of build your resilience up through all the failures and just continuously do it. More action, less excuses. Do it. Later.